Peace and blessings, y'all. It's Daughter of Secrecy with level 7 principles. 7 principles being womb science, spirituality, natural law, love, economics, education, and sacrifice. Okay, I just want to do a short video, but I want to do it at my fire pit. So y'all gonna go to the fire pit with me tonight. Y'all know me use my fires. I do my thing. Let's get it going a little bit. Okay, you can't even really see me, so I guess we can just take me off the screen. And if y'all don't mind, just watch the fire with me, watch my blaze with me a little bit. Tonight, this video, I was sitting here at my fire for a while, saging and burning my incense and just getting my my meditation on. You know, fire is my element. Dardvad Secrecy. It's a part of my name, actually, given to me. Dardvad meaning power, seeker, fire, sea, hawk, power, fire, hawk, or hawk with the power of fire. It's my element, and I do my best meditations at the fire. I get my best revelations at the fire. All of that. And sitting at the fire tonight, I don't know, my spirit just had me, I just been kind of contemplating on the world around me right now and what's going on in the world right now. And I'm not talking about none of the negativity, none of that, but more so spiritually, our electrical cells, what's going on, our gas state, you know, what's going on in the world around us. It's a conscious wave happening right now. It's a serious conscious wave, and it's been coming in for a minute. Like, things have been changing for a minute. You know, like with the elders that's come, Marcus Garvey, all of that. Like, we've been in bondage for like so long, and then these leaders come. And the last of the great leaders, I would say, would be Malachi Z. York. For what he did, not only because he's my master teacher, but he's my master teacher because of this point. But what this brother did, the nation he built, how he woke us up, how he led as an example. He wasn't just out there talking, and when he was out there debating, you know, the brothers, he was living what he was talking about. He was walking as an Egyptian. He was walking as a Hamite. You know, he was just fierce in the way he did it. So, like all these other beings that's out, and you can't say that, you know, he just wasn't righteous. He just didn't do it. He did it like 100%, 200%. And he didn't fall. They kidnapped him. They took his reign so that he don't reign. You know, but you still have brothers that's out, or beings that's out, that's not doing what he did at all. I don't care what they say about this brother, Dr. Malachi Z. York. They have not matched what he did, and I see him as a seal. This brother was a seal on the last of the great, and from him, even when a lot of beings are teaching and preaching and all this stuff now, is regurgitation of the elders from Dr. Malachi Z. York back. I know they'll see Phil Valentine, Bobby Hemmett start out, you know, all this kind of stuff, but Dr. Malachi was more well-rounded in the way he ate, in the way he walked, in the way he talked, you know, like, because we can have knowledge, but knowledge without wisdom ain't shit, for real. And what is wisdom? Wisdom is the application of knowledge. If you're not applying it, then you just know a whole bunch of stuff. And what I see is happening right now out there is they're knowing a whole bunch of stuff. But back to this conscious movement I see happening right now. So all of that progressed up into, you know, the black man is God, and then Like now they're on the black woman is God, and they don't even know what they have released on the planet when they acknowledged once again that the black woman is God. Because it's not just the black woman is God, it's the feminine essence is God. Is and always have been, and I've actually met this essence. The feminine essence itself, the universe itself is a womb. And the multiverses are wombs, birthing sons, just as it happened on this planet. But we're not going to get into that too deep, that part of it anyway. But the universe itself is a womb called mind. And I don't know if you catch what I'm saying. The universe itself is a womb / mind. And on our physical bodies, male and female, are or have, in the mental capacity, we have minds called wombs. But then you have the womb man who have wombs called minds. Because the womb is but a mind. It's a creation center. The mind is a creation center. The exact same thing. So even out of 7 principles tonight, right now, we're coming out of womb science with this one. And she has been awakened. And not that she was asleep. When I say she has been awakened, I mean the she in us has been awakened once again. So it's a movement happening right now, and the sisters need to get on board. We need to hear the sisters, because you have things happening in your DNA that is not happening in the male's DNA. And it's so funny how some sisters, patriarchal sisters, they will fight this. I'm not shit without my man. You're everything without your man, honey. You created your man, and I'm not telling you to go away from your man. I'm just telling you to stand as a womb man. You have to stand as the creator, because your man did not get here without his mother, and you'll say didn't get here without his father. But we can go on and on with that conversation, and I'm only have 3 minutes to really be into this, and I'll do more later. But nah, the truth of the matter is, sister, you have to wake up and recognize who you are. You have the call. If you just become obedient to the call, then things begin to awaken in you that are asleep right now. And it's time for she on the planet. She needs to rise. She needs to awaken. She's the mother of civilization. She come from the essence itself. And what you sisters, I'm going to drop this one real quick. I have like 2 minutes right now. I'm going to drop this real quick. Because when you say she, you're saying he. You are female. You are a balance within yourself. You are the balance. You are feminine and masculine energy. You birth masculine energy only. It's the masculine energy that has to resurrect into a feminine energy again to come back into a balance. And that balance is called the Y chromosome. That's why it's a Y chromosome, because it's a broken X chromosome. And what's broken from that Y chromosome? What's broken off that X? The womb. It's the womb, or it would be 2 X's. It's the womb, so that being has to resurrect back into a balanced being. Not that you're balanced with him. You're not balanced with your son. You were here before your son. You're not balanced with your son. Your son is a creation. Remember this. Your son is a creation. Your daughter is a reproduction. And that's the truth of that. Your daughter is a reproduction of you. You reproduce your daughters. Your son is a mutation. He is something created, different from you, which is just mean is a degenerate female. Catch it. He is a female degenerate. That's why he has breasts, he has ovaries, the prostate is a womb, all of that. Y'all can look that up for yourself. But he is a female, broken. When he resurrects back into his higher self, back into God, he will become a balanced being again, which is a female. Not to say that I'm condoning homosexuality, although I'm a lesbian, don't get it twisted. But that whole male thing, that's not what I advocate for. That's just not what I'm doing or I'm against. But I'm saying, though, your sons has to resurrect back into their feminine energy, because they're too much goddamn testosterone. It's all science. You know, I'm going to check out right now. I love you guys. This is just a quick one for the sisters. I love you. And I'll be back again with some more. Peace. Peace and blessings, y'all. I had to come back with a part 2 to this. I guess I'll do it all on one video. But what I'm trying to say, okay, first off, I'm not against my sons, the Masons. I'm not against the Masons, which is my sons, me water, my sons, the son of man, because the original man is she. She was the first being on the planet, and I know a lot of people want scientific evidence and all of this stuff, and go look for it then. Go find it because it's there. People want evidence of a matriarchal society where it was just women. Then go look for it. It's there. There's books out there. You could go to Mama Zogby. You could go to, I can't remember the author of the book. It's actually 2 white women. And the book is called The Great Cosmic Mother. You know, and those books found me. It's amazing how they found me. That's a whole nother story. But the evidence is out there. So I'm not here right now for the evidence. And you do that for yourself. Like, don't be lazy. Go look it up. Because it's out there. You want somebody to bring you something. And then to bring you all of this proof. When the proof is out there, or I wouldn't be saying what I'm saying because my reputation is on the line. Not my reputation with any of you, but my reputation with Iyazi or Yazi. Yazi is, in my language, Stanun, called the great source. And yes, I created my own language because all the languages down here is just effed up. So Yazi, which is the great source. I am an Iyazi. I'm from the source. Biyazi is my son. We are from the source, but he is from me. So, and I want to get back into that balance a little bit. The balance of male and female. That's not a balance. And if you know math, which math started with mama, and you can look this up on the bones of LaSalle, the bones of the Yoruba tribe. There's different bones that was over 35,000 years ago. There's different bones that was on the planet where women kept her record of her menstrual in correlation with the moon, right? She kept her record. So she started math. Mother, look it up. Mother, math comes from the word mother. Just do that and look it up. So anyway, she was here. She was here a long time. Is proof that the oldest goddess temple is actually in the Sahara Desert. And they do not want this temple excavated because of what it's going to show. It's going to show the black womb man was the first being on the planet. Y'all talk about Lucy, which is 3.5 million years old. You talk about Artie, which is 4.5 million years old, but then you say she was some kind of anthro or something, and she wasn't actually a female, humanoid, but more ape-like, or whatever you want to say. The proof is out there. The proof is out there in the mitochondria DNA. Because of all DNA, the mitochondria DNA is the DNA that has birthed all other DNAs. What is mitochondria DNA is but the electricity in your cells. It's the electricity in sperm. The sperm, other than fructose, when it's traveling, it's eating fructose and all this stuff. You can look it up. But is fueled within itself by mitochondrial DNA. So one of the fights that the sisters is having right now, or one of their arguments that the sisters is having right now, is that the sperm gives life. No, honey, look it up. And stop just talking or regurgitating what people are saying to you. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't, because the egg inside the mother, it's not empty. It's not lifeless. It has a pulse. Every little girl was born with every child that she could ever have. She's thousands of eggs inside of her. She is the apple tree. The mother is the apple tree. The daughter is the apple. The apple is born with every seed it needs. When the apple falls to the ground, it plants the goddamn seed. Once it dies, the seed go in the ground. When the rain covers the seed, and then it grows again via the rain and the process of photosynthesis and all this kind of stuff. That's the womb man. The womb man comes with her seeds. So stop saying that the man have the seed. He does not have a seed. He does not. You have the seed and you bleed the seed out every month. Check it and look it up. You bleed the seed out. You have the children already in you. You have the apple tree blueprint already in you. What he has in his sperm is genetic material. And the sperm isn't even smart. Sperm is not smart. Sperm leaves by the millions. It enters the woman by the millions. Half of them get lost going this way, some go that way. By the time it reaches the egg, and the egg is sending out a signal. Look it up. The egg is sending out a signal to help the goddamn sperm get to where it's going. It get lost in all kind of fibers and stuff and hair-like things inside of her. And by the time it gets to the egg itself, it's only a few dozen out of millions. It dies. It doesn't even live long enough to try to get there. If sperm hit air, it dies. We all know that. But but inside of her, it dies. It can't. Half of them die they lose energy, can't make it. Some of them just get lost again. But by the time it gets to the egg, it's about a few dozen sperm that makes it. Once the sperm makes it inside the egg, and mind you, she is locked down. It is not even easy. And that's how most of you women should be. It is not even to the penis. It is not even easy for the sperm to enter the egg. But once one of them does, it releases a signal that closes off the egg. So all the sperm surrounding the egg literally dies. That one made it. And it brought with it 23 chromosomes. That's her design. She designed herself that way. That's what you ladies have to realize, and you fellas have to realize. She designed herself that way. So all the other one dies. It releases 23 chromosomes, and then everything else develops. And once they come together, and that stage is called the zygote, and all this other stuff, and then it goes into the baby. So it's 22 chromosomes of the mother, 22 chromosomes of the father, da-da-da-da. But guess what? Science will show that if you take the electricity out of any cell in the female's, any cell, any kind of cell, take the electricity out of any cell in the female body and put it in her egg, it will ignite the same way. It will have the 46 chromosomes that it needs, but it will look exactly like the mother. This is old science. This is old as in 85 science. It will look exactly like the mother. She will have a baby. There's nothing you can do with the male being. Him and his sperm. No disrespect to my sons, but I have to put this knowledge out because the disrespect that they're giving the goddess right now. So it's nothing he can do with him and his sperm to have a baby, unless he evolve back into a womb man. And if he doesn't evolve back into a womb man, then there's nothing he can do. You'll say that's an unnatural process to take the sperm out of, or even out of the bone marrow. This whole situation that just happened recently about them taking bone marrow out and putting it to the female. Okay, if she wasn't capable, then she wouldn't be able. Now catch what I'm saying. Use a male being and take the bone marrow out of him and create life. You can't. But this shows at one point, and everything about us today has been dumbed down. We're coming back up though, but it has been dumbed down. So it's showing you what your body is capable of when you come back into the full essence of yourself. And this does not mean don't stand by your king and all of that shit. This doesn't mean don't still have babies by your king. It means know who you are. Like, I'm one of those beings. Honestly, I'm an ancient being. I've never had sex with a god. I will not allow that light into my darkness. You feel me? I am the universe. I am the darkness of the universe. And if you want to see the universe, look up. But don't look up in the daytime because you are blinded by the light. You are blinded by the sperm. Check it. The sun itself. It's like, it's the sperm, it's the light, it's the electricity, it's the spirit of a thing. The spirit of a thing. Not even the breath of a thing. Like they're saying, it's not the breath of the thing. The mother is the breath. The mother is the prana. And let me show you how she's the prana, because how is that possible? How is it possible that you can have what they call stillborn children? The child has grown full term inside the mother, but once it comes out, it dies. What that means is the soul never entered the child, so it can't, that the conscious being can't take a breath. It can't move the machine. It cannot move the machine called body on its own. It can't do it because the whole time mother was breathing for it. Mother was eating for the flesh part of it. The mother ate and breathed for the flesh part of it. She provided oxygen via the placenta to it. Catch what I'm saying? She provided it. She was the electrical source for it. Her generator was working, which is her spine. The body is just a machine. The generator called spine. The heart called motor. That's it. When you get a woman's egg, look on the egg. Look in this. You can look this up in science. The egg itself is already composed of a heart and a spine. That's the generator and the goddamn motor to the physical body. No, we're not our bodies. The soul does not come into the womb, man, into that child inside the womb until 3 hours after conception, after the genetic material has been entered into the egg from the sperm. I've seen it. I'm not guessing any of this. I've seen it. So when that sperm hit the egg and releases that genetic material, the 23 chromosomes, and then it fucking dies off, and all of his friends, his homies, they all gone. She continue on, but like I said before, the egg is already alive. It has a pulse. Look this up. Your eggs already are alive. If they wasn't alive, listen to me. Listen to me. If your eggs were not alive, how did they die during your menstruation? What is your menstruation? You're bleeding out unused machines. You're bleeding out unused physical bodies, undeveloped bodies. You're bleeding them out. The soul is not in them yet. It's just the body. You have the genetic material for the body already in you. If you don't use it via the process of parthenogenesis or impregnation or the transference of genetic material from sperm, then it dies. So what happens in parthenogenesis? You provide the 46 chromosomes it needs. In parthenogenesis, that's what we did. And I'm telling you, I've seen it. Some things science is not going to prove. Fuck a science. You feel me? Some things science is not going to prove, just like some things books are not going to prove. What the fuck is a book? The book is the mind of some man, of some womb man. And most of the shit that's written today is patriarchal. This is all patriarchal bullshit that's going on right now. So all of your philosophy and your fucking scholarship is still coming from what? The mind of some man or some patriarchal man or some patriarchal woman. You have to go back in. And let me stop for a minute. I hope y'all okay with the, I know it's dark. You can't see me anyway. So with the blaze right now, this is my thing. Like seriously, this is my thing. But you have to go within. The answers are in you. Fuck a book. Let me tell you something. Every book, like I said again, every book comes from the mind of somebody. And if you keep tracing that shit back, it's going to go all the way back to what? Nature. So in the beginning, when the Sibyls, when the mamas was here, when the matriarch was here, she studied nature. She was the first builder. She built her homes. She built her temples. She cultivated the herbs. She cultivated the fruit. Because you could be a fruitarian. You could be a vegan. Or where you just eat all raw. And that's cool. But then you're going to get maybe a cold. then maybe a mosquito may sting you with malaria. How do you heal yourself? You have to go to the herb. So what I'm seeing right now, although I'm not practicing, and that's one of the key points to this video, although I'm not practicing, you have to know your food, your natural food, and you have to know your herb, because your herb is your medicine. The Bible says itself, and I'm not into the Bible and all of that, but think about it. This was serious. It was deep. Let fruit be thy meat. Let fruit be thy meat. Because as mamas, we didn't cook and deal with all this shit. We didn't have stoves and ovens. We had a fire. We did the fire. We did the fire by moonlight and all kinds of stuff. But we didn't cook. We plucked our shit off the goddamn tree. Or pulled our shit out the ground and we ate it. And that's what we did. But we are in a so unnatural way of life at this point that we think cooking everything is okay. And I'm an alkalitarian. All of my food is alkaline. I went on Dr. Sebi thing and I get the herbs from Dr. Sebi, which is expensive as hell and I don't appreciate it. But anyway, I get my herbs and all of that. But lately I've been cooking my food. This has been for a couple months. And I don't know if I haven't had the courage or what it is to just go ahead and just eat it raw. Thinking I'm not going to have enough. And then actually I'm going to plug this brother in called Nature Boy. If you look him up on Facebook, his name is Eligio Nature Boy Prada. If you look him up on YouTube, it's Nature Boy TV. And I can't say I agree with everything that this brother is or does because I don't know him. And I've just seen some videos. I've just seen maybe about 10, 20 videos. And that's all I know of him. I haven't felt his essence and been in his presence. But I see a truth that he's speaking. You feel me? So I'm going to plug him in with that. And I don't plug in brothers. Not too much at all. And I don't plug in brothers. But check this brother out, though, because he's a young brother. Seemed to be anyway young. But he's spitting some stuff. But anyway. So we have to go all the way back. And that's what I'm practicing now. Like the way I live. And I saved my money and I came to Arizona where it's warm most of the time. And my house itself is on an acre, but I live in my RV most of the time because I just need to be closer to nature. And I speak to the mesquite tree every night or every AM when I wake up. Or I bought land an hour from here, from where I live at. Just raw 5 acres of land that's just mine, that's adjacent to thousands of vacant acres. Just so I can look at the mountains and walk with me and my dogs. You feel me? Like, my point to the whole video, and sometimes I can get left. Sometimes I can go left because it's so much to be said. And as a matter of fact, right now, let me put some wood on the fire. But I know it's kind of late in the video for the actual point to the video, but I'm going to give it. And the point to the video is live what you know. It's time to be responsible to what we know. It's time to be responsible to what you're learning. Because if you don't, then it's just what you're learning. It's time for wisdom. And right now, I'm really, truly addressing this to the womb man. Because she is true wisdom. She is the first. You will come back into knowledge that you could bring your kings. And like I said again, I'm a lesbian. So I'm not against the family structure. They want me to be. They want to give me that accusation and accuse me of I'm stopping this. I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. I love my father. I love my brother. I love the men in my life. I love them. My makeup is not for this. My makeup is ancient. My makeup is the ancient womb man who was on this planet. My wisdom comes from my womb. My visions come from my womb called mind. I meditate in my womb and I make things happen. You can also do this though. You can do certain things in your flow when a woman releases. When When she get into her creative energy, check this, y'all. When a woman get into her creative energy and her flow, her orgasm, which means she is exploding inside, where a man has ejaculation, he's exploding outside of himself. Everything he does is outside of himself. You are exploding inside of yourself. Your juices are rejuvenating you. That's why a man loses life. He loses life every time he come. He loses his life, but you could give it back to him. You, if you get yourself together, you can plug into your sons. You can plug into your sons and raise their kundalini. I know it's an Indian word, but I don't have another word for it yet. I will transliterate that in my language and create a word for it. But you could give him life. You feel me? Me never being with the man. Listen, I give life. Like, I feel the light because I'm attuned with myself. With certain aspect of myself, and I still have so much growth that I have to go through myself, but I'm in tune with myself. So I understand that manifestation happens in the womb where I am right now. Listen, y'all, listen. I'm gonna shut this down, but I need y'all to check this out. In my release, one of my rituals, in my release with my mate at the time, I said I had a store in Baltimore, Maryland. I lived over top of my store. I manifested that. But let me just get to that point. And I needed $100,000 because I needed to move out of Baltimore. I wanted to go, and I was born and raised in a big city, but I always felt the country girl in me. I always felt nature in me. I always was connected. Everybody thought I was crazy. So I called on it, and I said, I need to look. At the time I was saying father because I didn't have the full knowledge and understanding of what I, myself, aside of mother or father, was manifesting. So I'm like, I need $100,000 so I can move. I need some land. I need to be able to run free. I want to take my shoes off. I want to ground myself. I want to da-da-da-da. But I didn't have the money. Let me tell you what happened real short. Make the story real short. Some drug dealers burnt my house down by throwing some cocktail bombs in my house and burnt my house down. But because I had the store downstairs and I was buying the house, I had great insurance. So initially I got $137,000 that I used to pay the house off. I still own this shell of a fucking house and the 2 acres around it. I still own it to this day, never go even see it. But it's mine. Because I took the insurance money and paid it off. Then I got $150,000 for my personal assets. The shit I owned. The shit I collected. Within my store in my home. And I got the money that I needed to leave. Point. That was manifestation. I manifested that thought. And it happened. Hence, I sit in Arizona in my backyard chilling at the fire pit while people in Baltimore shooting each other. While people in Baltimore shooting each other, I'm chilling at the fire pit where I wanted to be out of that chaos. Point. In a woman's flow. And this was, again, it was done in a ritual. A ritual with my mates at the time. And also a ritual just with myself. Woman, you are powerful. You are so powerful. Bring your king up. I'm here for this message. I'm not against you, brothers. I'm not against you because I'm a lesbian. I'm not against you. I'm just against your penis. I don't want nothing. I'm good. I don't need that. But some women on the planet is here for that. Y'all have to reproduce that way. But a time will come when beings like me that's calling on ancient mothers that's going to reproduce without the use of a man. We are going to, listen, everything in the universe goes through the 7 chakras. Everything goes through the 7 chakras until it comes to the 7, become a sun, and then it burns out, and then it becomes something else. Everything is going to go through all of its chakras. And that's just all of us too. The males have a little bit further to go than the female being, because he's going to have to eventually evolve back into a female, into his wholeness, and then evolve into his true self. But the females are so patriarchal. Right now, she is at the same level you at. She is where the males are. And I'm gonna stop this video. If you have questions, give me questions. Like, put the questions on me. Be peace though. Don't be ignorant, because I can get ignorant too. And at the same time, I'm not for the debates. I'm for a dialogue. Let's talk about it. If you feel I'm wrong, tell me I'm wrong, and let's talk about it. Let's dialogue about things. Let's unify and do whatever we need to do to get this nation moving, to get this nation elevating to where we need to be at. Because right now we're not freaking doing it. So let's do it. I hope y'all enjoyed the fire as much as I did. This whole time I'm talking, so the video might be going side to side. I'm looking at my fire. I love the fire. So I love my people. I love you guys. So if you have questions, you can leave it in the comments. And check me out on Darvard Secrecy. DARVARDCEKAHSIE on YouTube, to keep abreast of what I'm doing next, because this will be constant. And I have some really deep stuff. Even if you want to know who I am, you can go to that channel and see it. One of the videos I have called Darvard Secrecy. Who is Darvard Secrecy, and what is the 7 principles? So it'll give you. I'm sorry, I just noticed I did it again, but it'll give you more information of who I am and why I'm doing what I'm doing. But I love you, y'all. Let's move forward. Peace.